Hello and welcome to the 360 Payments training video on how to read your TransFirst monthly merchant statement. We've got an example statement pulled up for you and we'll be showing you how to read the statement from top to bottom. The first thing I'd like to point out when reviewing your monthly statement is that the statement itself is applicable to the prior month's processing. For example, when you receive your statement in the month of January, the beginning of the month, that statement is going to be applicable to the prior month's credit card processing. Once you receive your statement, the first thing you want to take note of is this line item here labeled amount deducted. The amount deducted is the total amount of fees that you were charged for the month. As you can see on this example, the total amount deducted was $2,241.72. As you scroll down on the statement, you'll notice the first section is a section labeled Plan Summary. This is a pretty important section to look at as it gives you a quick snapshot of the total amount of credit cards that you accepted in a given month, broken down by card type, and it also includes the percentage that 360 Payments is charging. It's nice because it will include that for you separately so that you can see exactly what's going to 360 Payments. Now, let's look at the plan summary columns from left to right. First column is plan code. That tells you what type of card is being listed. So for VS, that's going to be your Visa cards. MC will be your MasterCards. AM, American Express. DS, Discover, and PP, prepaid. The column is going to show you the total number of sales you had for each card type. And the next column will be the total amount of sales, also known as the total volume. The column to the right of that will be the number of credits or refunds. And the column to the right of that will be the total amount of those refunds. Next, we have net sales, which will be the net between the amount of sales and any applicable credits. And if we continue on, we've got average ticket, also known as the average sale amount. And the next important column that you want to take note of, this is that column that I was mentioning, base rate. Now that is the percentage that is going to 360 Payments. So as you can see on this example, this client has a rate of 0.9%, also known as 90 basis points. That is the only percentage on this statement that is going to 360 Payments. Discount due, just to the right of that, is simply totaling for you what the cost is of that 0.9%. So if you go to the bottom line of discount due, you'll see on this example that the total is $786.04. If you'd like to do the math, you can take the total amount of sales, which was $87,337.61, multiply that by 0.9%, and you will find that it does equate to this $786.04. As we continue down on our statement, you'll see that there is a plan summary section that is simply a pie graph of the above data, and this is nice to look at to get a quick view of how the different card types weighed in. So in this example, the majority of the cards taken was Visa at 74%. Next up is MasterCard, then American Express, and lastly, Discover. As we continue down on the statement, you'll find the next section is the deposits, and this is a great section for reconciling because it's going to list out for you every single deposit that was sent, the day that it was sent, the number of sales, the number of refunds, and then the net deposit. So definitely use this when you're reviewing your deposits to make sure everything aligns. As we scroll down past the deposit section, we're going to come to a section labeled fees. Now this is where it's going to really break out in detail for you every different type of card that you took and how much you took of that particular card. These are also known as interchange rates, and as you may know, there are hundreds of them, and they're set by the card brands, also known as the card associations, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express. Now, let's take a look at the first line item. Okay, we've got DS, which is Discover, commercial electronic submission level at 2.3% and 10 cents. Now it's important to look at the columns just to the left. You'll see that there were 2 transactions that were accepted in this month that were that specific type of Discover card. And those 2 transactions totaled $1,539.94. Now again, if you'd like to do the math, what you would do is take this total volume, $1,539.94, multiply that by the Discover interchange rate of 2.3%, and then add 20 cents because it's 10 cents per transaction and there were 2 of them. If you were to do that, you would see that that does equate to the total listed here of $35.62. Now, when looking at these rates, particularly Visa and MasterCard, it's important to note that these rates actually do not go to the big guys. So they're not going to Visa or MasterCard. They're actually going to whoever issued the cards. Now, what I mean by that is that whichever financial institution provided the credit or debit card to your customer, they are the ones that are receiving these rates listed here. Even though they are set by Visa and MasterCard, these larger rates go back to the issuer of the card. Discover and American Express is a little bit different. Those do go back to them directly, but with Visa and MasterCard, these are going back to your customer's bank or whatever financial institution provided them with that card. So you can, look at all the different cards you took. You can work out the math if you like. Now let's scroll down just beneath where those rates end. There's a line item labeled monthly service fee. That monthly service fee is a fee that comes back to 360 Payments. It's a fee that we have with our vendors to keep your account open and on file, and we simply just pass through that fee to you. Below that is going to be a fixed acquirer network fee, also known as FANF. If you ever see FANF, just keep in mind that it is a fee that Visa charges. It's a fee that you will be charged simply to take their cards, or if you are taking their cards, and it will vary, or it can vary. This Visa FANF fee is based on the type of business that you are, as well as the amount of Visa accepted in a given month. The other thing to keep in mind with this fee is that this is a fee that is back billed, meaning if you're seeing this fee on your January statement, it's actually the fee being charged for Visa transactions run in December. Now, just below that are 2 line items that are quite similar. First is the transaction network access fee, and second is the transaction network access fee / XP. These 2 fees are the only remaining fees on the statement that are going to 360 Payments. Now, up above, we pointed out where 360 is charging our percentage, which was that 0.9%. Okay. Now, there's also an authorization fee that's charged, and that is also known as a swipe fee. It's something that is charged each time you swipe a card. Again, we have a cost for that, and we're just pushing that through. Now, it can vary based upon your business type, but let's just look at this particular example, or this customer statement. The first line item that doesn't have the -AXP, that signifies that this is the swipe fee for all cards besides American Express. Okay, so Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. Let's take a look to the left to see how many of those there were. There were 159 Visa, MasterCard, and Discover transactions swiped in this month, and the total amount charged is $15.90. So that lets us know that each time a Visa, MasterCard, or Discover is swiped, the authorization fee for this client is 10 cents. Just below that is going to be the same exact thing, but it's separated out for American Express transactions, which are processed. Now, that fee, that authorization fee, or also known as a swipe fee, is 12 cents, or 12. There are 12 items here for American Express, totaling $1.20. So again, that's 10 cents for any American Express authorizations, and it's just broken out in the 2 line items to separate Visa, MasterCard, and Discover, and American Express. Just beneath those 2 line items are 4 lines here that all contain the word assessments. Now, these fees are the ones that are going to the big guys, also known as the card associations. As you can see, they're smaller amounts than the percentages that we saw up above. So with that being said, you'll kind of notice a trend that when these assessments are being charged, they are smaller. So the card associations are making this smaller amount, but on a larger scale, as they do assess these fees for any business that takes their card types. Just beneath that are going to be 2 American Express fees. We have AXP access fee as well as AXP non-swiped fee. These are both fees that are going directly to American Express, and they are also known as assessments, even though the word assessment is not included on the line item. The AXP access fee is quite similar to the FANF fee we went over just a moment ago, and it's a fee that American Express charges for accepting American Express cards. Just beneath that is the American Express non-swipe fee, and that is only going to apply when you're taking an American Express card in a keyed environment. So whether that be you having the card in hand and you're keying it in, or it might be because you have an online store, so it's being typed in. Well, American Express does charge a 0.3% for that. And that, again, goes directly to them. Just beneath that, we've got 4 little fees. And we'll start from top to bottom. So we have Discover Data Usage, MC NABU, Visa Association, APF and Credit, and then Visa Debit Integrity Fee. These are all also known as assessments. They go directly back to the card brands. And these fees, these assessments, as well as the interchange rates that were shown up above, are all public publications. So if you were ever curious and just wanted to make sure that everything was aligning, you could take the time to Google or search for current interchange rates or current assessments, and you will find that the current listings do align with the rates that you're seeing here on your statement as we simply pass through whatever the current wholesale rate is. Just beneath that is a line here, which is actually a subtotal, and it's titled Total Fees. That is going to be the total of all the fees that we just went over in the fee section. You're going to see that amount once again here when we look at this final table that contains 3 line items. We have discount, fees, and amount deducted. The discount, that $7.86 is the amount that we saw at the very beginning under plan summary, and that's the total that 360 is charging from that 0.9%. So that amount you'll also see at the top. We saw that under plan summary. And then just beneath that is the total fees from the fees section, which the bulk of that amount is made up by those rates that were listed out that are going back to the issuers of the card. And then the final line is the amount deducted, which is simply a total of the discount or portion that 360 is charging, the total from the fees section, and that gives you the grand total that will actually be deducted from your account. With that being said, that does conclude our review today for how to read your TransFirst 360 Payments monthly merchant statement. We do hope that helped. But if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to our customer service team. We can be reached at 408-295-8360. Thank you so much for tuning in and have a great day.